I may pull out in the morning and hit them early. When it gets hot, go home, come back late in the afternoon. Now you can nighttime fish them if you want to come out and fish at night, and that's fine. There's not a problem with it. I'm just not going to come out and fight the mosquitoes and the bugs when I can catch all the fish I want during the day. You know, just that simple. Dr. Pepper time. Yeah.
Oh, this is a small one. This is a Danny Kingfish. There we go. Right in the lips. Right where he's supposed to be.
Folks, get you a pair of pliers like this, just old pliers, or get you a pair of needle nose. Needle nose is a lot easier. See, we got that hook in his mouth. Now, we're just going to reach in there and take that mouth jaw, punch it down a little. We're going to catch that hook. Now, if that hook's way down deep, you can reach down with needle nose and get them out. See how easy that was? And then you got them right in your hands. That ensures that fish, he ain't going to offend you. Power pliers is cheap, save you some fingers. Folks, you want to be sure when you're out here fishing, if you're using a Zepco 888 like I do a lot, or like an Ambassador reel with bait clickers on them, don't get too far from them. Be sure you anchor them down, because when them blues come through here, if it's a 1.5 pound or 2 pound blue cat, he'll jerk that pole plumb off there, and if it clicks that clicker or you ain't got an anchor, that pole's out in the lake and you're sitting up here saying, what have I done? And it happens, so you better be sure you anchor them down good. You notice how close we are to these poles. We're sitting right on top of them in case that one comes by and really hits it. We can get that pole before it winds up out in that lake. And believe me, I've had a few of them drug in. Got lucky and got them back. A lot of them you don't get back.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let me get him over. Bullshit, we don't. That's what we're looking for. I need his tail. I don't need his tail. I need his tail. That's what we're looking for right there.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
We had birds on the water, decided to come in here and try and get under them. Just first cast. They hadn't been in the water but just a minute. And he took it and run with it and just started leaving.
What'd you catch, boys?
That punch bait.
Danny King's
Done it again.
Lord, I've been good. I ain't hit nobody, I ain't drank nothing, and I ain't been fornicated with any women. Why didn't you tell me you had the camera on? And it's not nothing uncommon, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but in this case this is a cat and she's catching it from all of us. Folks, see there, you can catch blues, even these trout people can.
I'm a nose, Danny.
Uh-oh. And you can see, I ain't had a bite yet. When I get one, it's gonna be one of them. Whoa, right. 97 pounds. I got the timer on this one, boys.
Danny, on this punch bait, when it gets too thick, how do you thin it up where it'll hang on good?
Okay, if this bait gets too thin, Dick, and you're using it down there, what happens is people don't realize when you add your hook back down in it, that you're adding water to it, and of course in June, July, and August it gets thin anyway. What I do, Dick, I gather up these things here, they're cattails. You see where they grow up, and everybody knows what a cattail is. It's a plant, and then along about September, I gather them up and lay them out on an old window screen or something. They'll dry, and they'll turn into fuzz like this. And I carry a bag of these everywhere I go, a little old Ziploc bag, and you just kind of throw them in there and stir it up, and it thickens them up.
But if it's too thick, what do you put in it to thin it down to where you can?
If it gets dry on you, a lot of times in shipment or something, or somebody going to the store and unscrew one of these lids, and it gets too dry on you, and you can't get it thinned back out. Well, Dick, there's several ways you can do that. You can pour a little bit of canned milk in it, evaporated milk, just a little. You don't want to pour a bunch, just enough, a little at a time. Let's say a tablespoon at a time, and it'll loosen it up. One of my favorite ways, you know, in the wintertime, this bait gets kind of stiff. You don't set it in the house by the heater. Of course, your wife gets mad about that. One of my favorite ways is just go down, folks, and get you, Dick, a couple of pints of chicken livers, or some old cheese, or some mozzarella cheese. Put them in a gallon plastic jar, and screw the lid on, just dump it all in there together and set it out in the sun. What this does, it melts down, makes it like a liquid form, and you just take it, pour it in there in the winter before you go fishing. Loosens up and go right on.
And, how many different baits do you have, like original and?
Well, the original's the first bait we made over 40 years ago. I got to say how old I am. Over 40 years, I'm right. Okay, but we also took the bait. We had some people, you know, we've added garlic to it. We had the one with garlic, and we had the one with blood in it, chicken blood. And in the wintertime, I'm going to be honest with you, I like to use a little garlic mixed with a little bit of the chicken blood. But, you know, the old favorite's the original, but that's the only 3 flavors we have right now, and they're a handful. I'm not looking for any more. Dick, have you been catching many fish down here?
I've been catching a few. I haven't been here that long to get used to where they're at.
I used to catch a lot of fish down here. You know, Dick, when you're storing this bait, you store it in your barn, your garage. You don't have to keep it under refrigeration. Worstest thing about this bait is don't go home with any of it left on your hook, because your dog or your cats can get it, and it'll, if they swallow that hook, you know, they may not pass it, and you wind up with a vet. You want to take precautions about that. Just cut your hook off or clean it off good, and start all over the next time. That's what's so great about this bait. Most baits have to be kept in refrigeration, and this don't.
So you can store that out in a storage building or anywhere?
Oh, yes, sir. You can put it in a garage or a storage building. You know, the only thing I like to do is in the winter, I try to slip it in the house where it warms up, and my wife kind of gets mad because it stinks up the house a little bit.
How do you go about putting that on your hook?
But Dick, the way you put this on your hook, I know you've probably been experimenting some with it and using it some, is you just take a regular Eagle Claw number 4 or number 2 treble hook. I use a bronze. You can use whatever you want. And you take a stick or a punch paddle, and you catch one prong of that hook, and you shove it down in that bait, lean your line at an angle, and jerk it like that, and it'll make a ball. Now, if it's a new hook, try to do that 2 or 3 times. Once you get that initial ball on there and you throw it out there for a little bit, it comes off, don't worry about it. Don't try to use it with a dip worm or a sponge, because it just won't work. I mean, and I don't care how swift the water is or how deep it is. If a fish hits it or pecks it, like most baits, you have to reel it in and check it. With this bait, you don't. And we're here today at Bridgeview Resort, and the reason I chose this on beautiful Lake Texoma is because this lake held the world's record blue catfish, and I am a blue catfishman. We're here today with Mike Simon of Bridgeview Resort. Mike, tell us a little bit what Bridgeview's got to offer.
Okay, Danny, down here on Bridgeview Resort on Lake Texoma, you know, we're not the Taj Mahals, we're just the old hardcore fishing camps. We have cabins, we have gas docks, we have boat ramp, we have trailer parking storages, we have RV sites, We have a 24-hour lit up fishing dock on Lake Texoma. It's the only one left on Lake Texoma. We also catch a lot of catfish off the dock, catch a lot of crappie off the dock, a lot of stripers off the dock. It's just, you know, it's an all-around fun place for the family to come out, go fishing, and, you know, enjoy the park.
Y'all have security also doing to watch things and protect things to the best ability. Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir. I have a security team of 4 people.
Yeah.
And then on the holiday weekends and stuff, we bring in 3 or 4 more extra to come in and ride around with me at night and do security. In the summertime, I'm out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I catch the naps when I can, you know.
Yeah, I noticed y'all been putting on concerts with people like Ricky Skaggs and stuff like that in the summer. How's that going with y'all now?
Well, the first year was the year before last. We had started out with Cross Canadian Ragweed and Jason Bolin and the Stragglers. Then we had Ricky Skaggs, Pat Green, Randy Rogers, Aaron Watson. They all come out. If you can say 6,500, 7,000 people in a small resort like this, you know, I'd say that's pretty good.
Pretty good. For more information, they can go to your webpage under bridgeview.com.
It's bridgeviewcamp.com.
bridgeviewcamp.com, or you can go to 580-795-3979. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Look around. You might see me on the banks down here, folks. I fish a lot of times.
Well, Danny, thank you so much for everything on this. I think, as you'd even have to admit, I think everybody learned a lot on this trip.
Well,
we recap.
Randy caught some nice fish, caught a nice big blue. We caught a few blues. Got, you know, kind of hectic weather, but we put it together.
That's winter, isn't it?
That's winter. Well, that's winter. The weather plays a big benefactor. I even noticed that even these trout people come down here and catch a few fish.
Listening to this now for several days.
But, you know, I've had a good time. I've enjoyed it. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Choctaw Indians, casinos, and stuff. I'd like to thank Sulfix Fishing Line for helping me. Eagle Claw with all their nice Eagle Claw hooks. I'd like to thank Bridgeview Resort for furnishing accommodations for us. You know, without this, folks, we can't do a lot of this stuff, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.
Well, you did a great job in putting people on to fish. You did a great job in terms of instructing, even working with us trout people on that. And I think everybody that's watched the program is going to be very, very impressed and come away with saying, I can't wait to get out and try the new tactics and techniques that we've learned from the King. So people would like more information one more time, let's send them to your website in case they've got questions, in case they'd like to contact you, or they'd actually like to buy some of your products.
Just go under www.dannykingbait.com, and that'll get a hold of you. You can reach me by the webpage or phone number, either one, if you want to ask me some questions. Be more than happy to help you.
Sounds like a winner to me, Danny. I think you've
Enjoyed
certainly done a lot to impart good information to the future cat fishermen, you know, here in the United States, probably around the world too, that are going to now take and listen and learn from what Danny King's years and years of experience have brought to the table. On behalf of all of us at Rocky Mountain Television, the trout fishermen guys, we even learned a lot. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This has been the winter program. Stay tuned. We will have a spring and summer programs as well, because the fishing conditions are going to be a lot different, and there's more to learn with Fishing with the King.
Folks, I'd like to dedicate this in memory of Bob Spillers, my teammate's father, which passed away recently. Had a lot of great times with him. Good fishing, Bob, and God bless you all.
ACATS, America's largest and fastest growing premier catfish association, is geared toward you, the catfish angler. Founded in June of 2000 in Wagner, Oklahoma, ACATS now has members in over 40 states. At the 2006 Classic, ACATS paid out over $100,000 in cash and prizes. We set the standards for all catfish tournament trails in the country. Visit us at catfishangler.com for more information. You do not have to fish a tournament to be a member. Become a part of history by showing your support and join ACATS today.
We've got all three Danny King's baits today to fish with. We got our Zipco reels, so we should catch lots of fish.
Absolutely, no problem.
We have our own. To all the men and women in our armed forces,
Thank you for keeping America free.